Oak Stove Kitchens. My love for these crustless quiches knows no bounds. Obsessed with them since day one. The first time I ever had them when I was on In the Kitchen with Mary back in 2019 was the first time. I was brand new, I was a baby host. And I tried these for the first time, and when we have them in stock, I order them and I keep them in my freezer. They are perfect in every way. Oak Stove Kitchens out of Atlanta, Georgia for over 35 years brings us their individual crustless quiches. Now you have your choice of either 8 or 24. The 8 count comes home for an easy pay of $12.33. The 24 count, we triple the amount you get, but we don't triple the price, is $83.98. In fact, that's a stock up and save of $26.96. That 24 count works out to be $3.49 each, and they are big, and the ingredients are as fresh as they come, and they burst with flavor. So if you pick up the 8 count, you choose a single flavor, whether that is ham and potato, spinach and cheese, or bacon and corn, which is a new flavor. If you pick up the 8 count, or the 24 count, you can do all 24 in the bacon and corn, the spinach and cheese, or the ham and potato, or you can do a combo with the 24 count where you get 8 of each flavor, something for everyone. It's M136028. It ships either the week of 11, which is November 10th, or December 8th. All right, Marie Louise Ludwig, she knows my love of Oak Stove Kitchens and these quiches. They're just, it's beyond. And they sell out all the time. I'm so jealous they're in front of you. It's okay because I have them in my freezer. Ooh, I can't hear her. Can you guys hear her? Okay, we're having a little audio issue. So we're gonna fix that real quick. But they are fully cooked. You pop them in the oven for just a small, like 14 minutes, 15 minutes. And what you get is a perfect quiche that has like a custardy like center, but it's fully cooked. It just is a testament to the ingredients that they use. But you don't need the crust. You don't need the extra calories. You don't need the extra carbs. You just need what comes from Oak Stove Kitchens. Now, this is a brand that supplies to some of the finest hotels and like white linen restaurants, but out of Atlanta, Georgia for over 35 years. I'm gonna take you through the flavors again. And remember, you have your choice of 8 or 24. When you pick up that 24 count, not only is it a stock up and save of nearly $27, that's the only way that you can try all 3 flavors, including the new. Of course, you can do all 8 or 24 in a single flavor if you prefer. So you can do 8 or 24 in the spinach and cheese. You can do your 8 or 24 in ham and potato. There's cheese in there. It kind of gets ooey and gooey, big chunks of ham. They use the freshest eggs in these. They are so delicious. I have to have mine with a little hot sauce. That's just my preferred way of having my Oak Stove Kitchens. And then you can do either all 8 or 24 in the brand new bacon and corn. So just introduced, I think I had it for the first time, the first day of Christmas in July during a gourmet holiday with Alberti. But you can see the corn kernels. You can see the big chunks of bacon in there. And the size of these are big. You're getting either 1.75 pounds with that 8 count or 4 full pounds in that 24 count. But again, fully cooked. Just pop them in the oven at 325 for about 14 minutes. Or if you thaw them ahead of time, you can microwave them just for about 2 minutes. And then you're gonna have something that is decadent, that is rich, that has a creaminess to it. It's M136028. That 8 count comes home for $12.33 on your 3 easy pays. That 24 count with a stock up and save of $27 comes home for $27.99 on your easy pay. That works out to be $3.49 per quiche. If you are entertaining, if you have people coming to your home, if you are maybe renting a beach house during the holidays, would you do that? I don't know, maybe. I would bill to ship to these to my family because I'm gonna be with my family on Christmas. Like, this is Christmas morning. This is Sunday brunch. Maybe you're hosting a baby shower, a bridal shower at a brunch time. You're doing a nice mimosa bar. If you are, I encourage you to take a look at this Brazioni Proseccos that I have coming up. So Italian sparkling wines would go perfect with this, but it is just the perfect accompaniment to any breakfast. Sometimes I'll thaw these ahead of time and I'll just pop 1 or 2 in the microwave and I take them on the go. Look, you could go to your local coffee shop, that coffee chain that does the egg bites. They are a fortune. The ingredients are not the premium fine ingredients that you're getting from Oak Stove Kitchens. These are bigger, these are better, and they're in the comfort of your own home. So M136028 ships either the week of November 10th or the week of December 8th. I think we have Marie Louise back because she shares my passion for these.
They tried to silence me, alas.
She will not be silenced.
I'm not sure where you left off, but I think perhaps we go through the 3 different flavors so I can tell you about the flavor profiles.
Yes, please.
And one that is brand new today. So let's start with new, something you haven't had before. It is the bacon, corn, and cheese. So this has that smoked Georgia bacon. It has roasted corn. It has Monterey Jack and aged cheddar, all through that delicious, velvety, custardy egg base with those locally sourced ingredients, those herbs and spices. No need, Julia, for a crust on this. And I say this every time I'm on air. I have so many people who tell me, you know what? You don't need the crust. They find themselves digging the egg out of the crust because these hold up perfectly by themselves. Okay, so next, we will go to there. You can see the roasted corn, and there you can actually see how it is roasted and fired in there. Let's go to ham and potato next, because that has been an all-time favorite. So you've got a hand-trimmed, smoky Georgia ham. You've got tender, hash brown, russet potatoes. Russets because they really hold their shape and their texture so they can absorb a lot of those good flavors. And then you've got cheese 3 ways: Monterey Jack, Swiss, and aged cheddar in this one, and you can see all the herbs and spices together in that. So that is the ham and potato.
I love that one so much.
An all-time favorite. And then another new one that we introduced not too long ago that has really been popular because sometimes you want the meat and sometimes you want the vegetables. So if you're having a buffet and you've got a whole bunch of people that really just want vegetables in there, this is going to be tender young spinach with the cheese of Monterey Jack and Swiss. All of that tender custard, the heavy cream, the eggs, all perfectly made together by our gourmet chefs down at Oak Stove Kitchen. They're creating things for 5-star restaurants, for white tablecloth restaurants, and now shipping them to your house, already done, already baked in frozen trays. And I can show you that when you come back. If you get 24, you'll get 3 of these. This is what the tray looks like if you get 8 in here. Perfectly packaged. You can take out what you need and then pop it into the freezer. I give this a good 9 months in the freezer, but to prepare these, it's as simple as take them out, stay with me here, put them on a cookie sheet, 325 degrees for about 22 to 25 minutes. I always say, you know when they're done by pushing on the top and have just a little bit of a jiggle because you do not want to overcook your eggs. So 3 different varieties, thinking about the holidays coming up and how simple it is to just pop these in the oven. And the good news is that if you have a whole bunch of things going in the oven at the same time, sometimes I'll put these in at 250 and just let them go into for 50 minutes because I've got some things that I'm gently heating up in there. And that makes it really convenient.
Are you doing them from frozen in the oven?
Yes, I'm doing them from frozen in the oven. If you want to microwave, we recommend that you thaw them out first. You can microwave them. I don't have a lot of success when I ever microwave anything egg-based. I have a tendency to come out a little bit rubbery and not the way I like it. Nice, gentle reheat is the way to go on these.
Because these are fully cooked. Make no mistake about it. You are just reheating them.
Yes, they are.
Oh, they're so
fully
good.
Cooked all the way through. And so many different ways that you can make these. I mean, they're delicious as is. If you just want a great protein, and if we have time, Julia, I want to go through the profiles for you because I can give you the breakdown of protein and calories on these, because I know a lot of us are really looking to amp our protein up, especially at 63. I know that I have to make sure I'm getting enough protein in my day. Okay, so stay with me.
All right.
So if you want the bacon and corn, the bacon corn is going to have 6 grams of carbs in it because you have some corn in there. 170 calories for one. One fills me up.
Yep,
and 9 grams of protein.
Wow.
9 grams of protein in one of those. If you decide to go for 2, you've got 18 grams of protein right out the gate.
That's great.
If we go to the spinach and cheese, That one's going to have 270 calories for a portion. It has 4 grams of carbs, and it has 12 grams of protein in just one of the quiches. 12 grams. And remember, you don't have any crust on there, so you don't have to count that. I say, save your carbs for a piece of my grandma's coffee cake, or a caramel, or fruitcake.
Or fruitcake, come on.
Fruitcake. Yeah. I ate all those cherries, by the way.
Of course you did. How could you not?
I did. Okay, ham and potato finally. We've got, these are probably the highest. It's about 250 calories.
Okay.
And you've got 6 grams of carbs. And then finishing that off, you have 11 grams of protein. So you get all of this deliciousness, protein that we all need. So my point is, out the gate, if you don't want to eat it with anything else, great. One way that my family loves it is to take one of 2 ways. One of Cliff's Just Bagels, toast it up. You have them all done out of the oven, and you just pop one of those off. Where have I got it here? Oh, look at that. You pop it off onto one of the bagels, and you are good to go out the door. Wrap it in a little bit of foil. It stays nice and warm. You don't have to add any additional cheese or anything to it. You're good. Or a couple of slices of Jenny Lee cinnamon swirl bread.
Oh,
they're delicious on that. Making yourself a nice egg sandwich. So from breakfast all the way up to dinner, this is delicious with a little bit. Oh my gosh, if you want to do steak, just doing a steak on here, some garlic bread, and a couple of these quiches, you are good to go. If you're keeping it lighter in the summertime, just some mixed field greens with a couple of these on top, maybe some vegetables on the side for a little bit of color and additional crunch and vitamin C. And you've got a full meal on here. So totally versatile in the way you can enjoy these as well.
Versatile and chock full of so much flavor. Each flavor profile is so different from the others, which is why I think for you, if you've never tried these before, do that 24 count where you get a stock up and save of almost $27, because in the 24 count, that's the only way that you could try all 3 flavors as a combo. You'll get 8 of the bacon and corn, 8 of the spinach and cheese, 8 of the ham and potato. Now you could do all 24 or 8 in a single flavor as well. If you pick up the 8 count, you're looking at an easy pay of $12.33, and the 24 count, an easy pay of $27.99. It ships either the week of November 10th or December 8th, and there is no auto delivery on this one. These have a tendency to post sellouts more often than not. Since we made this available, we have sold well over 2,000. So, and this show alone, over 200 of you have already picked this up. It's M136028. You choose your flavor, you choose your ship date. But when I tell you, these are so decadently delicious, but you don't have to feel guilty about it. These are crustless, so now you don't have to worry about extra carbs or extra calories, but you can taste the freshness of the ingredients, and that's the Oak Stove difference.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And you know what? If you look at this over here, if you decide to go for that 24 count, obviously you can get them all in one flavor, but get the combo on here. Look at the amount of food that you have here. Look at this. So you could divide this in half. I know a lot of times, many of us have people who stay over during the holidays and they have to get up in the morning, maybe it's Christmas morning or the day after when everybody's packing for a road trip, and you want everybody to have something delicious and protein filled and sustainable. Now look at all you have here. You could divide this in half and just do 12 and still have 12 in your freezer. And remember, these arrive to you frozen on dry ice. Here is the tray in here. Very simple and flat to pop that into your freezer. Take out what you need. So if you get 24 of these, you're just going to have 3 of these trays sitting one on top of the other. But the beauty is when you sink your fork into just the absolute gourmet things that they do with the incredible edible egg. Just look at that, fully loaded. So we have the bacon, corn, and cheese, brand new. That's that hickory smoked Georgia bacon, Monterey Jack, and aged cheddar. Totally 6, 7, 8 forkfuls in that one. We have the ham and potato. That one's going to have the hickory smoked Georgia ham, hand trimmed with the russet potatoes, Monterey Jack, Swiss, and cheddar. So 3 kinds of cheeses in there. If you cook these right, and it's not hard, you get a really great cheese pull for that one, by the way. And then finishing it off, something different, something without meat in it. So spinach and cheese, tender young spinach. You can see those beautiful green tender leaves in there. Monterey Jack and Swiss cheese all come together. front frozen in the oven, 325 degrees for about 22 minutes, and you have got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a really great snack as well.
Oh, great snack and a protein punch as well. That spinach and cheese is by far the most popular, so grab it in your cart,
That's a good
check
one.
out of your cart, stock up and save of almost $27 on that 24 count, and the 24 count is the only way that you can get a combo, 8 of each flavor. Ships either the week of November 10th or the week of December 8th. It's M136028. You know they're my favorite thing ever. I love